Alright guys, today on Exposing the Back, I'm going to give you guys a back take that you can do from your X-Guard. Alright guys, today we're going to be setting up a simple back take that I like to use for my X-Guard. A lot of times when I go into a deep half position, your opponent doesn't always react the way that you want them to, so sometimes they'll shift their weight in an opposite direction, and that's a perfect time to set up your X-Guard. So here's the scenario. I'm going to be going into my wrestle up, and this is going to set up my deep half. I always set up my deep half by trying to come up under my opponent. So I'm going to come up under and try to wrestle up, and then I'm going to dive underneath into my deep half position. But see, he's decided to shift his weight away from me rather than what I normally would want would be his knee on the ground on this side. So whenever this situation happens, this is fine. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hip out and put my knee in. So I'm going to hip out, I'm going to place my knee in, and I'm going to control my opponent by latching onto the leg right here so I can start to set up my X-Guard. So I come up to my elbow and now make my foot switch. My foot's going to go behind the knee, and my other foot's going to come in and attach on the other side of the upper thigh right there. All right, now I've got a good position right here. I can come all the way up and sweep him, but we're trying to get to the back today. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop back down to our shoulder, and I'm going to feed my hand in underneath his leg. So I'm going to reach up here, and I'm going to get a pant grip. I'm going to drop back down to my shoulder, and this is going to make the hand switch easy. So as I put my hand in here to switch, I switch grips, I pass, and I come back here and I get my belt grip behind him. Now I can take this foot out, put it behind his knee. As he starts to move, I can kick him out and then go for my back takes from there, all right, and go into my submission chains. All right, that's what you do when your opponent shifts their weight in the opposite direction and you go into the deep half. You use your X-Guard to set up that sweep right there. Now I'm going to give you guys a variation on what we do when my partner or my opponent stands up. Alright guys, the second variation that I want to show you guys is what to do when I go into deep half and my opponent stands up. When he stands up, that's going to offer a lot of counters to my deep half position, so that's going to be something that normally does happen. So I'm going to go into my deep half just like I always do. I always set it up with a wrestle up. So I'm going to go into my wrestle up position. When I feel that weight push down on me, I drop into my deep half position. My opponent stands up. Now immediately as he starts to stand up, I'm going to shift my hip so that I can control his leg. So I'm controlling the top of his knee with my hand here. I'm going to shift my hip and put my foot behind his leg here to control the other side leg, all right? So now here's where I'm going to make my foot switch. My foot's going to switch and my foot's going to switch. So one behind the knee, other one in the upper thigh. All right, so our back take is the exact same as the first one from here. I'm going to reach down here and I'm going to get myself a pant grip. My hand is going to go and it's going to feed itself underneath. The only reason why I do this is because it makes the grip switch super easy. If you grab the pant leg like this and pull it over your head, you have to move your hand back around when you do this. So if I stick my hand in here, this helps supports the move and the grip switch at the exact same time. I can reach up there and grab a hold of my opponent's belt, put my foot behind their knee, throw them into the crab ride, then go into my back take, and then into my submission chain from there, all right? So that's two variations that you guys can use to attack your opponent's back from the X-Guard when you go into the deep half position. Hope you guys like it. If you guys got a variation that you like to use, just comment down below. Or if there's anything you'd like us to see us show you, just leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. You guys let us know what you think.